I'm going back in time to 2015 when Defend Your Life TD came out. Back in the onset of the formative years of tower defence games, there was kind of a cookie-cutter mobile approach, and Defend Your Life TD exemplifies this as one of the better examples of it, albeit incredibly grindy and actually very hard towards the end. Defend Your Life TD sees you taking base tower defence battles inside your body, and so each level involves you travelling to a different part of the body and defending against germs and viruses trying to invade the body. I love this Cells at Work style of aesthetic and theming, and it's one of the best parts of the game because different germs might be flying ones or floaty ones, or they might be viruses that are spreading like poison around. There's lots of different varieties, and they upgrade and kind of morph into more powerful versions of themselves the longer you go through the game. And your towers do the same thing. You've got some of the basic ones like militant ones that will kind of fight things, and you'll be able to place them on the map at strategic locations to therefore kind of slow down the tide of enemies coming down the path. Or it might be ones that will shoot flying enemies, or it might be like area attacks and things like that. And you'll also have the Heroes Room, which is where you can have specialist generals that you can then upgrade over time and plop them on the battlefield. And they feel a little bit rock, paper, scissors because some of them can be very effective in certain levels and not in others, depending on the types of enemies that you're battling against. This is a long grind because whilst there are 17 battles in the game, or levels in the game, they each come with easy, medium and hard modes where you'll need to keep going back and replaying and complete the set, because this then gives you currency to then do meta progression of upgrading the base speed or damage of specific towers or range of certain towers, which then makes them more powerful when you then level them up inside each level. It's fascinating because here we are a decade later and some of this still hasn't changed, and it's still part of that formative, this is what a TD game looks and feels like. But just be aware that the difficulty curve is stilted in such a way that means you've got to go back and grind to be able to get towers that can even reach the base level of being able to pass things. And so what looks like a very simple and clean and cartoony and approachable game on the surface quickly descends into an absolute grindifer of trying to go back, winning those battles and then bringing your incrementally slightly better bits forward, so that in the hope that you can then scrape through the next level and then get more currency and keep going and going and going. With it being a mobile port, there are some very specific problems with Defend Your Life TD. The first one is the game doesn't seem to fit perfectly on the screen and some of the UI elements kind of bleed off the sides, and that gets very annoying very quickly because you don't see exactly what's happening there and on the edge of the map either. The game also seems to suffer from slowdown on the really busy hard levels because the last wave coming in will send in like loads of stuff, and the game seems to struggle with that. And the crucial thing for me is there's no Steam Cloud save, and so all of your saves are locally stored on your PC. So if your PC breaks like mine did in April, you lose 18 hours worth of progress. And so that's why the review's coming now, because I thought I can't do 18 hours of this again. At least not now anyway. So here's the footage that I was able to capture from my old PC paired up with a new review. And maybe that says as much about like my appetite for going back through this 10-year-old TD game again later, when the Kingdoms Rush series, particularly because they mirror like for like, is more accessible but also provides more variety now. And so the Kingdoms Rush series is probably my preferred choice out of the two. But if you like that style of tower defence game, don't forget about Defend Your Life TD. It's just a bit grindy and you should know that going in.